Hi, my name is Steve Casey and I'm the owner and founder of Casey Family Options Funerals and Cremations. This year we are celebrating 25 years in business. We opened up our doors on February 1st of 2001, and the first year in business we served 34 different families in their time of need. In 2024, we served 276 families, and in 2025, we're on the pace to surpass 300 families in their time of need. There are two things that make us very different from other fine area funeral homes. First and foremost is we don't have a large building for funerals. We do all of our funerals in churches and chapels and other such facilities. By not having a big overhead in a big building, we don't have big prices. Our prices usually are 40 to 60% less than everybody else while performing the same services. The second thing that makes us very different is we created package pricing. So for one price, it includes everything that we do from the time that we're notified that a death has taken place to when the very last flowers are put on the grave at the cemetery. It includes the casket, the burial vault, even the flowers are included in our burial packages. And we are the only funeral home in the area that actually includes a burial urn with your cremation service. Many funeral homes will give you the cremated remains back in a cardboard box or a hard plastic container. We actually include an urn in all of our prices. That's what makes me very different as well. Also, I'm very proud of the staff that we have. In business with me now are two of my sons, Thomas John Casey and Michael John Casey. Thomas has been a licensed funeral director for about 4 years, and he's recently licensed to do pre-planning with us. And my son Michael has been doing pre-planning with us for about 7 or 8 years, and recently just became a licensed funeral director. I'm very proud of the fact that my two boys are in the business with me. I'm very proud of what they do and the service they provide to different Kenosha families. One of the other valuable services that we provide is pre-planning options. Many families choose to pre-plan their funerals, and they do that for a variety of different reasons. Most of all, it's for peace of mind. They don't want to put their family through the emotional distress of choosing a funeral for their loved one. They actually design the funeral in advance, telling the family exactly what they want to have done upon their death. And the big advantage of doing that is financially, because we're one of the few funeral homes that actually offers a price guarantee, which quite frankly means if you pay for your funeral in 2025 and your death doesn't take place for 7, 8, or even 10 years, that funeral is prepaid at 2025 prices. And we've had families able to save thousands of dollars because they lock in at the current prices. And that's really the big advantage of doing that. One of the questions I hear a lot from families is, what changes have you seen over the last 25 years that you've been in business? And clearly one of the biggest changes is the number of cremations that we do, as well as other funeral homes as well. But you know, just because a family is selecting cremation doesn't necessarily reflect the fact that they don't want a funeral. Cremation is just a means of disposition. And one of the increases that we've seen is what we call a traditional cremation, whereas there's a body in the casket, there's a visitation, there's a service, and then the cremation takes place. So it's a traditional funeral with a cremation to follow. That's where we come up with the name traditional cremation. And in many cases, families like to have the body present at the funeral home. Most families say that it brings things to closure a little easier when they see the body in the casket. So there's no doubt that that's one of the things that have dramatically increased over the last 25 years. You know, I'm often asked, now that you've got two boys in the business, do you have any plans for retirement? I gotta tell you, I love what I do. I look forward to coming into work every day. I don't do any of the heavy lifting anymore. That's what the younger generation is for. But I enjoy meeting with families. I enjoy working funerals, and I've got the best job that I know of. I get to work with my two boys every single day, and I get to work with my best friend. About 3 years ago, we had reached the point where I thought we needed a business manager. Our market share had grown to the point where it was almost becoming unmanageable for me to handle things. I always joke with people I'm a great guy. I like to think I'm a talented funeral director, but I'm a lousy businessman. So I took those steps and I hired my best friend, Frank Bassetti, to come in and manage our business affairs. He's doing a wonderful job. He's retired from the city of Kenosha. He was the city administrator for many years. And like I said, I love coming into work. I get to see my best friend every day, and I get to work with my two boys, and I'm very proud of that. I'm sure we're going to be around for another 25 years, and God willing, even longer than that.